What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and today I'm playing my Spiritrix deck. Or an updated version of it, at least. And we're playing against a 52 card pile. So let's see what we banished. Okay, we banished all of our Traptrix monster, Traptrix Link monsters. That's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna summon Aratama. We're gonna use its effect. We're gonna get Nikitama. Lagging because I'm on the EU West server, and I'm from the United States, so it's a bit laggy. And the reason why it's a bit laggy, or why I'm on the EU server, is because there was no one on the West or on the US server. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. We got a Solemn Strike and a Legacy of Yatagarasu set. If our opponent tries to board wipe our back row with a Harpy's Feather Duster, we have the option to do that. But it looks like we're playing against a Blue Eyes deck. So, hopefully, our Solemn Strike is enough to stop us from getting OTK'd. Oh, it's a Neos deck. Hello there. Elemental Hero, Blue Eyes, and Neo. So, Dark Blue Neo Star. So, assuming we're going off that, we're gonna Solemn Strike that. No. We're gonna negate that, so we don't just lose all of our like hard-earned stuff. That's fine. Now it's time for the big boy play. Oh, that's so much. That's so much damage. Woo. Um. Normal summon this. Then we're gonna normal summon Aratama. And Aratama is gonna search out another Nikitama specifically. Oh, well, that's okay. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna activate Creature Swap. So it resolves. You can have the Nikitama. Gonna activate Legacy of Yatagarasu to draw 2 cards. Synergy! Then we're gonna set. And set. And we're gonna go to battle phase. And we're gonna attack over the Nikitama. That way, they lose life, and we get to draw another card. Oh, look at that. Drew another Nikitama. Better lucky than good. Then we're going to go to the end phase. And our Aratama is going to go to hand, and we don't have to give this back. Another thing, too, if we didn't want to attack over our Nikitama for whatever reason, maybe we couldn't and everything, for one reason or another, we could just end the turn, and then our spirit bounces back to the hand, and we still just get the free monster. So it's basically like a free thing. And yeah, they gave up. I don't blame them. This is like a pretty annoying thing to face. So we're gonna get right into the deck profile. So first up is one copy of Yaksha. Yaksha is a 1900 beat stick, and it comes in handy against back row decks. You know, this is one Amano Iwata. It will stop, you know, it can stop our opponent from activating hand traps for the turn if we wanted to. So yeah, that's a good card right there. Got 2 Dionas. Dionia is just a good card. It's one of our playmakers, and it helps us go +1. Mermelio also is a +1 card, and it gets us one of our trap holes so that we can stop our opponent from playing. 3 of Genlycia. So Genlycia is a pretty good. It gets you two. It gets you two of the trap holes back. One Tsukiyomi, so we can out big boss monsters a little bit easier if we don't draw a creature swap. Aratama is the Surgeon, Ikitama is a double summon. So both these are good. Uh, 3 creature swaps because of the Spirit Engine. It's really good with spirits. 3, and basically won us that game. 3 Pot of Extravagance because why not? We don't need our extra deck as we saw. 3 Pot of Dualities. We don't special summon very much as we saw again. 3 Bottomless. It's an okay card nowadays. It's definitely not the powerhouse it used to be, but it can still wreck a lot of monsters and decks. 1 copy of Spiritrix Trap Hole Nightmare. It just didn't feel right to run the deck without this, and it's not a bad card. You can, if your opponent special summons a monster and activates effect, you not only negate the effect, but you destroy the monster. So, it's a situational card, but it's kind of like a Solemn Strike. If something has an on summon effect, like a Link or like a Halki Fibrax, you can activate this, you negate that Halki Fibrax's effect, and you destroy it. You don't have to use, and so it's kind of like I said, it's like a third Solemn Strike. 3 of Legacy of Yatagarasu. It draws this card. It's deck thinning, and on top of it, with creature swap, it becomes a draw 2. As you saw in that game, Gravedigger's Trap Hole, it's searchable, and if they activate a card, if they activate a monster effect like a hand trap or a graveyard effect, we negate the effect, and then we inflict 2,000 damage to our opponent, which is really good for helping close out games, because this deck doesn't win very fast usually, unless we steal a big monster with creature swap. 3 Floodgate Trap Holes, because this card messes our opponent up, and messes a lot of people up. You can't floodgate a Link monster, but you can floodgate the monsters that they're going to make a Link with. And this card gets better in certain matchups and is worse in others. So yeah. Next up, 2 Strikes. Strike's decent. As we saw, it basically saved us from getting completely wrecked by Neos and all that, because we wanted the draw 2 from the Legacy of Yatagarasu. Sure, we went down to a lot of life points after this and then the hit, but I think that that's perfectly fine. Next up, 1 copy of Solemn Warning. It's a decent card. We got the Solemn Brigade. I'm not playing a Judgment, although maybe I should. So, onto the extra deck. Utopia and Utopia the Lightning to help problematic cards like the Avermax dude that can't be targeted. So if I don't have any of these really to stop it, maybe I don't have Bottomless or I don't have the Solemns to stop for them, I just get wrecked. So I'll get wrecked, but this card outs it, and I don't lose the card in the process. 1 copy of Spiritrix Amarius. This is definitely one of the bigger, it's a payoff card for activating our trap holes, because just trap holing an opponent's monster a lot of time isn't good enough nowadays. However, stealing the opponent's monster after you trap hole it sometimes is. Tornado Dragon to help deal with back row decks and everything like that, and Baguska, because when in doubt, bring Baguska out. You know, if you can't out it or whatever, or you're worried about getting OTK'd because you don't have a lot of good trap cards, even though we're playing 14, Baguska can help, you know, assuming you don't get Raigeki or anything like that, if they're not like main decking Raigeki. 1 Honor Arc. I just like Honor Arc. That's basically it. And I wanted a good rank 4, and it's still not a bad rank 4. You could probably replace this with Exciton Knight if you wanted, but nonetheless, I'm still running 1 of that, and 2 Castels. Castel is a better version of Honor Arc in most situations, but there are situations where Honor Arc is a little bit better, but it doesn't come up as much. 1 copy of Dagusto Emerald, just because it's a good card, and sometimes, in long grinding matchups, you can start running out of resources, even though, because your deck is about going +1. So shuffling in your spirit monsters or your Spiritrix monsters can be really helpful. Abyss Dweller's just a good card in general. A lot of decks rely on the graveyard. 2 Rafflusias, because this card gets us to our trap holes. And 3 of Sarah. Sarah's just good in general. So yeah, that's the deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, my email's in the description. I would love to see them. I hope, I think that's about it. So, that's all I have really to say to you guys. So, have a wonderful day.